plane goes down near El Campo, investigators are working to uncover what happened.
Today marks 4 years since a Victoria woman was found murdered in Matagorda County, a case that's still waiting for justice.
And a Victoria neighborhood brings the Easter story to life with a new reenactment.
And the rain is on the way, but how's it going to affect our Easter weekend? We'll have that in our full forecast. And the Shawna Lady Comanches track team placed high at the regional track meet at Kingsville. I'll tell you all about that coming up. Sport.
You're watching 25 News now at 6. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Shawna Currie.
And I'm Don Brubaker. Today marks 4 years since Amanda Johnson was found shot to death in a burned out SUV in Matagorda County. The suspect, Fernando Acosta Jr., was in court last week, but his murder trial was reset with a status conference set for July 17th. Defense attorneys said the state released evidence on the first day of trial involving misconduct by current and former law enforcement officers and witnesses. The court had no choice but to postpone the murder trial so both sides can review the new evidence. The murder trial is now expected to start on September 8th.
A small plane went down this morning just south of El Campo in Wharton County. Officials say no one was hurt. It happened near FM 441 and FM 3086. According to the FAA, the pilot was the only person on board the Grumman G164, a single-engine crop duster. Right now, investigators are still piecing things together. It's too early to say where the plane was headed or what caused it to go down. The FAA is leading the investigation.
An El Campo man faces up to 10 years in prison for reportedly ignoring a judge's orders to stay away from a woman's home. The Wharton County grand jury indicted 51-year-old Raymond Rodriguez on 4 counts of violation of a bond or protective order. He has been in the Wharton County jail since March 3rd on 11 charges. Rodriguez's bond is set at $151,500 bond. The number of Texas measles cases rises to 597. That's a jump of 36 since Tuesday. State officials report 62 patients have been hospitalized. There are now 25 counties with at least one measles case. The Texas Tribune reports the outbreak has cost state taxpayers $4.5 million to pay for immunization, testing, and a public awareness campaign. Most of the cases continue to be minors, with 401 cases being under the age of 18 and 182 of those cases were under the age of 5. All but 22 of the people who contracted the disease have been unvaccinated.
Early voting begins Tuesday, and Victoria County residents will see a few different elections this year.
And 25 News Now reporter Trenton Whiting joins us now for a ballot breakdown. Trenton?
Dawn, Shawna, thank you. Victoria voters are deciding on 3 main elections this season: mayor, school board, and the venue tax proposition. The mayoral election will see incumbent Dwayne Crocker running for re-election against repeat challenger Jacob Sauceda. School board positions for District 6 and 7 are in the balance this May as well. Current board Vice President Margaret Pruitt and challenger Andy Rokovich vie for District 6, while Christian West, Mickey Costella, and Josh Moore are running for District 7, where the current board member is not running again. Voters will decide on a venue tax for the city that would create a portion of a total $15 million in revenue for the community center renovations. The proposal would create a 5% short-term vehicle rental tax and raise the hotel occupancy tax from 7 to 9%. The renovations to the community center would include a new event arena and upgrades to the existing building. Bloomington residents also have a major decision to make this May. They'll vote whether or not to incorporate as a city of Victoria County. If passed, Bernadette Walker would become the new mayor of Bloomington, with Sarah Stint and Ernest Longoria as commissioners 1 and 2. Shawna, Dawn, back to you.
Thank you, Trenton. Residents of a Victoria neighborhood take a step back in time to honor Easter weekend, reenacting the Stations of the Cross. Hosted by Capilla Santissima Trinidad Church on Pleasant Valley Drive, the complete story of the crucifixion and the resurrection of Jesus was portrayed as it's told in the Bible. On a stage outside of a restaurant on Callis Street, the crucifixion was portrayed. Then the crowd marched with Jesus carrying the cross down to Trinidad Church on Pleasant Green, where the resurrection scene was played out. From start to finish, the entire march lasted around 3 hours. Our Lady of Sorrows Church is hosting an Easter Sunday meal with baked leg quarters and trimmings. It will be Sunday at 11 a.m. at Trinity Hall. Children can also take part in an egg hunt to win prizes. The address for Our Lady of Sorrows Trinity Hall is 204 West River Street. This brings us to today's viewer poll. How do you usually celebrate Easter? Do you have family gatherings? Do you attend a religious service? Go to community events? All of the above? Or do you not celebrate on Easter? We want to hear from you. Visit crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part. 61% of people say they gather with family, and then 17% say that they attend religious services. 9% say they do all of the above. So continue voting. We'll have a look at the numbers at 10.
Wind advisories, rip current risk, all on Good Friday.
Let's go to Jacob Lozano for a first look at the forecast. You got to add, the wind in there. It's a little, might roll those Easter eggs away this weekend.
Definitely. It might even roll those trash cans away today that I talked about yesterday. We got that cloud deck that has been looming over us here, and that's going to stick around for quite some time here. 80 degrees is what we're currently at right now, but those winds, 24-mile-per-hour winds out of the south-southeast. We actually had 41-mile-per-hour gust winds here in Victoria, so that'll get things blowing around for you. We got up to 85 degrees, but we're about an inch and 77ths below average for the month of April. But there's those winds, and there's our relief for some of that rain. We have a low pressure system out west, and that's going to bring a front line and a dry line down here, and that's going to give us our rain chances here Sunday. But when is it going to rain, and how much are we going to get? We'll have that coming up in our full forecast. Don?
Jacob, thank you. The Victoria Metro unemployment rate fell in March. The Texas Workforce Commission reports the Victoria unemployment rate is at 3.8% for March, the same as it was 1 year ago. The rate for February 2025 was 4.2%. 546 more people in Victoria are employed than they were a year ago.
Wednesday night turned into a late one for lawmakers and Texas Tribune education reporter Jaden Edison as the historic school voucher vote passed in the early hours of Thursday. The day started with a massive funding bill passing the House after hours of discussion. But it was the marathon debate on vouchers that took center stage later. Edison says the political pressure from Governor Greg Abbott and even President Donald Trump helped sway Republicans who were on the fence to cast their vote in favor.
Pressure, right? I mean, there were lawmakers who maybe were concerned that, if I vote against this in a session where it already seems that passage is going to happen, maybe that hurts the legislation that I'm trying to get across the finish line that's really going to help my district.
For the full-length interview between Edison and 25 News Now Sunrise anchor Carolina Estrain, go to crossroadstoday.com.
Today, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick endorsed the Texas House's voucher plan. That clears the path to final approval of the plan. Patrick's endorsement eliminates a negotiation over the House and Senate versions of the bill. The Senate voted out its version of the voucher plan, which differed slightly from the House plan. In February, almost any school-age child eligible to attend a public school, including those already enrolled in private school, could take part in this program. A new stage production is coming to Victoria. Toxic, written, directed, and produced by Lorraine Duhart, explores themes of redemption, family, and faith. Presented by Star Entertainment, you can watch Toxic tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the Victoria Fine Arts Center. Tickets range from $20 to $25. We have more details on our website, crossroadstoday.com.
And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, so you can watch our news there as well. Hit the like button and click the notification bell to receive alerts. The Texas Senate advances a bill targeting local funding for abortion-related travel. Coming up on 25 News Now at 6, what's next for this measure?
Also ahead, a routine traffic stop on I-10 turns into a record-breaking case for Southeast Texas. Find out what officers uncovered after the break.
This week on Community Crossroads, learn what Victoria College has to offer, a group that's honoring veterans in the 361 area code, We'll also hear about a special brunch with mom and how to be summer ready with the YMCA.
A minute and a half, it doesn't seem like much, but it actually is very doable, where the kids have to swim down, grab a brick, and then be able to tow that back without their hands. And that's just showing that they're able to get somebody back to the end.
The Texas Senate passed a bill to ban local governments from sending taxpayer funds to groups that help women pay for out-of-state travel or other assistance to receive an abortion. 2 Democrats voted with Republicans in approving the measure. Senate Bill 33 aims to strengthen a 2019 law that bars direct payments for abortion-related travel. Cities like Austin and San Antonio have tried to get around the ban by funding organizations that help out-of-state travel. The House must pass the bill before it can become law.
As Texas lawmakers work to close loopholes that allow minors access to cannabis consumables, hemp farmers warn a total THC ban would strangle a once hailed crop. To read this full Texas Tribune article, visit crossroadstoday.com.
The attorney for a man arrested after authorities discovered homemade explosives in his Austin home says his client's situation represents a failure of the mental health system.
66-year-old Stephen Aldrich is now facing felony charges for possession of explosive components after authorities carried out a controlled detonation that leveled his home on Wednesday. Jamal Kennedy has details.
I just want to say I'm sorry to this subdivision.
Austin police arrested Stephen Aldrich and charged him with felony possession of components and explosives after an APD bomb squad had to detonate explosives inside his South Austin home Wednesday.
The home that contained the explosive material sustained major damage, and a house directly next door sustained some minor damage to the siding. The entire incident could have ended in a much worse scenario.
His sister tells CBS Austin she tipped off police about the explosives Tuesday night.
So I had to dig around, snoop around. But when it got to this point, I called, and that's all I can do.
Williamson County court documents show Aldrich was charged with 4 different felonies from 2015 to 2019, including a components of explosives charge. In 2018, CBS Austin reported on Aldrich injuring himself in a blast from homemade explosives at his Leander home.
Our SWAT team and our EOD is familiar with him and his bomb-making shenanigans from the past.
Aldrich's sister says her brother is obsessed with explosives.
And that's all he did, all day and all night. I'll always be concerned about him.
Aldrich's sister apologized to the Gabardine community, saying she wants to make it right. A neighbor's home was damaged in the explosion.
I'm sorry for their stress, and that we're going to take care of this as fast as we can.
In the bigger picture, this is the second criminal investigation involving explosive materials in Austin in recent memory after incendiary materials were found on an Austin Tesla showroom last month. Mayor Kirk Watson assures the safety of the community.
We're working very hard and we'll continue to work to make sure that people are safe. And this is an example of how APD working well.
A canine officer found this stack of cocaine that weighs nearly 1,300 pounds. The seizure comes from a traffic stop Thursday morning on Interstate 10 East near Beaumont. Investigators say the driver, 43-year-old Kedra Parker of Florida, committed a traffic violation while driving a 15-passenger van towing a U-Haul trailer. A search revealed 12 black and yellow totes containing the cocaine. Police seized the drugs and hauled Parker to jail. It's one of the largest seizures in the history of Southeast Texas.
Be sure to catch the latest episode of Let's Grow Texas Ag. Let's Grow Texas Ag will be on KAVU on Monday, April 21st at 6:30 p.m. and also on KVCT at 9:35 p.m. Or you can catch it on KMOL on April 23rd at 6:30 p.m. We're also streaming on Zeem, so lots of ways to tune in to Let's Grow Texas Ag.
Well, rain is on the way, but who's going to get what? Plus, when are these winds going to start to die down? We'll have that after the break. Well, good evening, Crossroads. It is 80 degrees outside, but the wind is blowing 24-mile-per-hour winds out of the south-southeast, and that's going to actually continue here over the next couple of hours as we have that just strong southeasterly push as we anticipate this dry line to move over as well as this front to start moving down thanks to that low pressure system that is out west, and that's going to give us our rain chances coming into this weekend, and we're going to start to see those rain chances begin to start piling up here Saturday evening into Sunday. But wind conditions right now are very windy. We actually have wind advisory here in Victoria that's going to be out by 9 o'clock here, 9 p.m. here tonight. Now, 20-mile-per-hour winds are going to be persistently blowing, but they're actually going to die down here as we get into Saturday morning. But that shift is going to return once again as we start going through our day Saturday. Just with that daytime heating, we'll get up to about 22-mile-per-hour winds out of the same direction. And by Sunday, we're going to start to see that front line begin to move on through here, calm our winds down here just a little bit, but still 10 to 15 mile per hour winds are going to be in the area. 73 degrees is what we'll be waking up to here tomorrow morning, getting up into the mid-low 80s here. We had 83 here in Victoria as our daytime high. And well, Sunday morning, Easter morning, we'll be in the mid-70s. So it'll be a little bit muggy to start off, but that front will move on through, kind of just drop our humidity values just a little bit, but we'll still be up into the 80s as our daytime high with just those rain chances also possible in the area. Now the muggy meter, let's take a look. Well, it's going to stay pretty humid. We may have that little drop here Sunday by 6 p.m. We'll be in that mugginess, but it's still going to be pretty humid outside just like it's feeling in today. Now we'll go hour by hour here for your Sunday morning. We're going to have scattered showers. This is just over exaggerating it, but we're going to have about 20% chance of showers here Sunday morning. And it's going to be very spotty, but when that front line begins to move in here by about 2 o'clock, we'll start to get there, start to make its way into the crossroads, start to see more heavier pockets of scattered thunderstorms and showers that'll begin to pop up here, especially around 4 p.m. That's when we start to see that 40% chance of rain really kick in here in the crossroads region. And it'll be just lingering for quite some time over the next couple of hours as we go in through Sunday night. Now, overall, the big picture in the forecast, well, 8 a.m., there's the front line moving in here. Now by 12, we'll start to see those scattered showers become more prominent by 5 p.m. like we talked about. But Monday morning, we'll start to see it just stall out here a little bit. We may see a couple showers here along the coastline. It's going to move out to the Gulf and then push right back as a warm front, just a weak front that has moved through, and it's going to be forced back upwards. And we're going to see more light showers begin to pop up here Tuesday. Really get to increase here Tuesday night into Wednesday. We start to see more isolated to scattered thunderstorms begin to pop up. So Wednesday will be our biggest chance of some decent rain in the Crossroads region. And by Thursday, we'll start to see those showers really begin to dissipate here a little bit, but still possible chance of some showers in the area. Now, for the next 3 days, let's just say we'll be about ½ inch of rain is what we're looking to receive here in Port Lavaca, as well as Victoria and here in Cuero as well. Just not much rainfall going on here into this weekend, but if you're heading out to the coastline, 77 degrees is what we're going to see tomorrow with rip currents pretty high, and those waves are actually going to be 4 to 8 feet because of these windy conditions going on. But for your daily planner in Port Lavaca, windy conditions, 81 degrees, as well as here in Cuero, we'll have those windy conditions as well, 83 degrees, and as well as Victoria, 83 degrees at our high, and south-southeasterly winds at 21 miles per hour. But those next 7 days will be a little bit on the moist side. We'll start to see showers begin to pop up, but we have to get through this little bit of wind here Saturday, and Easter Sunday is looking like showers in the afternoon. Now, don't forget to scan the QR code to get more updates on weather, news, and sports. Shawna?
Well, Crossroads Today is inviting you to join and celebrate Earth Day by showing off your doodles. Show us what Earth Day means to you, and we'll share your Earth Day doodles on our social media and feature one doodle per day on the Sunrise newscast. Submissions are open now through April 25th. Just come to crossroadstoday.com. So from Earth Day to some athletes enjoying some time outside. Well, I don't know about enjoying, but we've got a lot going on in sports. We're going to send it over to Max Williams.
Yeah, well, Sean, I mean, we have a lot of high schools right now getting off break because we got to get Good Friday. So again, but we do have the regional track meet that was held there in Kingsville, and also NBA playoff action with Dallas Mavericks face the Memphis Grizzlies. So I'll tell you about that and more coming up in sports. Happy Friday here at Crossroads. And again, the past couple days, you talked about the golf regionals here right here in Victoria. Well, today was the beginning of the 2A and 4A track regionals, which were held. Those two were at the Texas A&M University in Kingsville. We had multiple Crossroads teams competing in Refugio, Ganado, and Shiner. Then also in 4A, we had Cuero with the Cuero girls last week when getting area champions. So 25 News Now sports reporter Ray Robinson was at the regional track meet to highlight some of the top athletes out on the track.
Max, Ganado and Shiner High School continue to make their presence felt at this 2A regional track meet here in Kingsville. Now in the 5 o'clock, we talked about the Ganado Maidens, but let's talk about the Shiner Lady Comanches, a team that qualified for the finals tomorrow morning in the 4x1 relay.
I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like we have a good chance in going to state for tomorrow for finals.
No, sir. I feel like I could have got out more and faster, but that will happen tomorrow. I'm excited. You know, we did better than we were seeded, and there's some things we got to clean up for tomorrow, but I think we run our race tomorrow. We got it.
Coming up at 10, we're going to stay in Shiner, and we're going to talk about the boy Shiner Comanches as their relay team qualified in the 4x1 and they advanced to the final. So it's going to be a busy day for Shiner tomorrow. Max, back to you.
All right, Ray, can't wait to talk about more of the track regional, especially how Shiner does for the boys and girls there on Saturday. But however, to UHV athletics, where UHV softball team faced the Southwest Mustangs tonight there at the U Sports Complex, and they won game 1 13-2 in 5 innings. And they won a close game there in game 2 13-8. And senior Claire Blinka led the way, had at least 2 home runs, yes, in both games. She had 1 home run in game 1 and another home run there in game 2, and that helped the softball team because they won't be back in action until the Red River Athletic tournament play, which will be back there on May 1st. And then how about UHV baseball? They played a doubleheader versus number 1 ranked team in the NAI, Louisiana LSU Shreveport, and this one, their game 1 did not go their way. They lost one 11-1, and again, they're going to be right back. They're playing game 2 as we speak right now, so I'll have a score update for that one there for 25 News Now at 10. And then finally tonight, how about some NBA action? Because the Dallas Mavericks are facing the Memphis Grizzlies tonight in a win-or-go-home situation tournament game. This game's going to start at 8:30 p.m. there on ESPN, and we'll see if Anthony Davis, again, back and healthy now there for the Dallas Mavericks, and then John Morant. He did have that injury, tough one there against the Golden State Warriors, but he is back in action, will play tonight for the Memphis Grizzlies, so that is 2 huge stars for both teams. And again, if they win this game, whoever does, they will play the Oklahoma City Thunder there in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. And that's going to do it here in sports. Don and Shawna, back to you.
Max, thank you, and stay with us. A giant wooden cross is erected in Chicago's Daly Plaza ahead of Easter weekend. See the powerful display after the break. It is Good Friday for Christians. In Chicago's Daily Plaza, a 19-foot wooden cross was erected ahead of this weekend's Easter celebrations. The giant cross will be the backdrop for a sunrise Easter service on Sunday. It's an annual tradition paid for by private citizens. The cross will remain on display in the plaza until Tuesday. Many people this weekend are going to celebrate Easter, and they would like to have lovely weather for that.
Well, we may get some lovely weather in the morning, but the showers are going to be coming in here later in the afternoon, around 2 to 4 p.m. We'll start to see 40% chance of some rain. So
that's okay. Thank you, Jacob. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you back here tonight for 25 News Now at 10.